Good morning, Charlie. Hope you're doing well. Um, as the season kind of comes to a close, I was curious, in your season working with Tua, just what part of his game, whether it's mechanics or footwork or whatever it may be, where do you think he's grown the most? And as he kind of continues his development, I guess what do you think maybe is a point of focus that he can really work on going forward?
Yeah, I think they're showing that he's shown growth in the way he's played this year. I think as a young quarterback, the more reps you get, the more experience that you get, the more you're going to be able to take from that, the learning moments and the things that happen within that game. We go over those corrections the next day in meetings, and then you try to apply it for the next week's game. And then you get into the overall picture of the growth and development more in the off season, and then try and take some steps that way. But right now it's the things that happen in the Tennessee game, the corrections that we make, and trying to apply those going into this last week against New England.
Yeah, well, a quick follow up to specifically the Tennessee game. Some of the issues with kind of the ball handling, maybe throwing on the run, throwing in the elements. How much of that do you think was just maybe the rain coming down, maybe him not adjusting properly to that, or was there maybe some stuff maybe with his mechanics that you think could have kind of been more fine tuned to allow for better throwing in the rain?
Yeah, no, I think obviously the weather is when you have a wet ball, when it's windy, weather is going to affect how you throw the football. But the thing is, it's the same for both sides. Both teams have to deal with the elements, and obviously the more experience of throwing, the cold, wet games, you got to kind of work through that and find out, the best way to handle that, for him. So hopefully I answered that one.
Yeah, and sorry to kind of dominate the early part, but I guess was there any talk of Tua maybe having a glove to kind of combat that? And during the week, I mean, do you kind of do wet ball drills or anything like that just to kind of prepare for those that inclement weather?
Yeah, obviously, you have a lot of experience throwing in the rain, playing in South Florida. With how we practice outside and throughout the summer, throughout training camp. Coach would put us in those elements. The tricky part is when it gets cold, and the ball changes a little bit. And yes, he, played around with the glove a little bit during the week, but thought the best decision for him was to go out and not use the glove.
Thank you.
Barry?
There have been, I think, too many fumbles from Tua overall this year. I think most anyone would agree on that if you look at percentage of fumbles compared to dropbacks. Is that a skill, Charlie, that you think can be enhanced? Can it be corrected, and how so?
Yeah, no, I think obviously a focus of, when the pocket breaks down and you have to move, sometimes the initial reaction is to separate your hands. Obviously you're getting the ball into a running position instead of a passing position. And usually that's where most of the fumbles happen, is that initial break the hands. So obviously you drill that, but the problem is when you drill that, you don't have that element of live contact, that element of, man, this guy's coming to hurt me. This guy's coming to tackle me. So a lot of it is training your mind. More so than any type of drill of when there's contact, when you feel that coming, of really putting your body in between the ball and the defender. And it's more of a mental thing than, obviously you're going to drill it. You try and drill everything that's going to happen in the game, but being able to take the drill to the practice to the game is a lot of the mental side.
Good answer. And I assume it's something you've talked a lot with Tua about. And I know he takes everything seriously. Has he seemed to you to be bothered that this hasn't been something that he's been able to correct yet?
Yeah, Tua is a perfectionist. He wants everything he does. Everything he does is the product that he puts out there to be perfect. So as far as the preparation standpoint, leaving no stone unturned is his approach, is our approach of trying to think of everything that could happen, will happen. Talk through it, drill it. So he's relentless and how he, prepares for things that are going to come up in the game.